Hello everybody. Welcome back. As you know, I'm creating these short little presentations to teach you how to use PowerPoint. And we're going to do one more segment today. We're going to do the View tab, because there's a lot of really neat stuff in here that you still need to know. So, click on the View tab. Right off the bat, this little section over here tells how this is all displaying. Let me close that. Right now, it has the slides down the side, the main stuff in the middle, and if I wanted to change it, maybe I want to do outline view. Well, now it's got a shortcut of each slide here of the text on the slides, but not the actual picture of the slide. If I want to do a slide sorter, if I had 15 slides and I wanted to try to move around and get them in order, the slide sorter would be the easiest way to do that. And the notes page, I can go in and I can make a note. I could come down here and I could describe what I want to say about this slide. And this is something that everybody else won't see unless I want them to. But this is just for me. You know, sometimes you'll see speakers stand up there and they're talking about, the slide. They're talking about this and that and what percentage of growth we've had over the last year and blah, blah, blah. A lot of times they'll have a note on that stuff so they don't forget what they want to say. At very least, point out the important stuff about that slide. So, let's see. Then you can come over here. The slide master gives you the chance to change a little bit of how the slide's laid out. And I don't really deal with that a whole lot, but you're welcome to play around with it and see. When you're finished, you have to click the close button here, and it takes you back to the home tab, so you got to go back into the view tab. Handout master, this is very important. When you give these presentations out to people, let's say you're in a boardroom and you want to, give everybody a copy so they can follow along. Oh, excuse me. Well, it's up to you how many you want. Do you want one slide per page? It would be just like this. You could have 2 slides per page. So you could, if you do 3 here, then there's room over here on the sides so that they could take notes about each slide. So they could watch your presentation and have a miniature slide here and take notes about each slide. You could do 4, 6, you could even do 9 slides on a page. So anything smaller than that gets a little difficult to read, so you don't want to do that. Typically, people usually do 3 slides, which gives somebody the option to take notes, or 6 slides. You don't usually see a whole lot else, but sometimes you do. You can include the header and the footer and the date and the page number, or if I uncheck it, whatever the header is, uncheck the date, then those things disappear. And all of this is part of how you want it to display. If you close it and go back to the View tab, let's see, now we've got the Notes Master, which lets us take a little bit better notes if we want. Again, that's something that most people don't really deal with a whole lot, but you're welcome to play around with it. Come over here, you've got the ruler, which goes across the top and the side. And that way you can keep track of how tall things are and stuff. You've got Gridlines, which let you make sure you align stuff. If I wanted this aligned with that, I might use Gridlines or whatever. Notice my red line over here is not in the right spot, so I can move that around if I want. And guides are just down the center of the page. Try to keep everything centered. Again, you can make notes. I could tell it to fit the slide to the window, which I don't want to do here. I could tell it that I want it to be in grayscale or black and white, and I could play around with some of these others. But for the most part, those are the ones you're going to be using. So that's really all there is to it. If you have any questions or anything, I always try to check the comments on my posts, so feel free to leave questions. It may take me a little while to respond because I don't always see them the day of. But anyway, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I hope you enjoyed this and learned something. And I believe the next segment I do will either be more from Microsoft Word, or I might move into Microsoft Excel right quick and try to hammer some of those out. But either way, I hope to see you there. All right, bye.